Oops. All Hulks. Let's smash. How's it going, folks? Welcome back to the Snap Academy. I'm Muse, and today we have one of my possibly new favorite decks. I'm calling it Oops All Hulks, and that's exactly what it is. We managed to cram as many possible Hulks as we could in a deck, and taking a couple meme cards like Bruce Banner and Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross and making something that works and is super, super fun. So this deck revolves around a few different shells. We have the big beatdowns with the Hulks, we have a high Evo kind of mini package, as well as a Wiccan package. And we put it all together and we have a very surprising deck that honestly I didn't think would work. We started making it as a meme on stream and it kind of really just took off. All the pieces together really fit and kind of made just a working, fun, mimi, but also very high functioning deck, which I've taken to Conquest a few times. I've taken on ladder and is super fun and pretty consistent. I was getting about a 65% win rate after kind of all the revisions of the deck, because after we kind of saw the flashes in the pan while we were building it, I really wanted to make it work. So that's what we did, and I have been playing it all week ever since, and really excited that I got Thaddeus. It really gives him a home, gives Bruce Banner a home, and let's jump into the deck tech. Our first two Hulks are actually our base form Hulks are going to be Bruce Banner and Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. Both of them require kind of you or your opponent to not spend all your energy, which is kind of what this deck revolves around, you and your opponent not spending energy and getting resources, value, power off of that. So for Bruce Banner, a lot of you folks didn't get it, so I'll kind of break him down a little bit. When you end a turn with unspent energy, he has a 25% chance to Hulk out, and that means he turns into the Hulk. So there's a possibility that you float one energy the turn that you drop him, maybe turn 3, maybe later in the game, and he turns into a Hulk. There's also a chance that he doesn't transform into a Hulk whatsoever. So he's a little bit of an RNG card, but super flavorful. And when you do get that big Hulk playoff, you win a lane straight up. It is possible to have 4 Hulks on the board all at once, having base Hulk from Bruce, a high Evo Hulk, a red Hulk, as well as a She-Hulk. So that's the whole package. I guess I didn't really break it down. And then Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, our newest card, 2/2. When your opponent has unspent energy, you get to draw a card, or a card that has 10 or more power, which is all of our Hulks. And this really brings kind of the whole deck together. You have those 3 Hulks that you want to draw, but you also want to draw into Wiccan. And what I found with Thaddeus, he's kind of a combo piece. When you are drawing that extra card, you're getting it out of your pool of cards, you're way more likely to draw Wiccan on turn 4. For the high Evo package, we are dropping obviously high evolutionary. You have to have him. He's kind of a dead draw when you get him. You can play him on turn 5, float energy. You still have a 4/6 on the field, which isn't terrible. It's the same as a Wiccan, but you really don't want to play him unless you do have that extra bit of energy. But with the high Evo, we're getting the Cyclops, which is the best high Evo card. Hits way above its power level, just kind of sniping him down, pinging him off, kind of bringing that lane down so you can just drop a She-Hulk later and not have to commit a full Hulk. And then we have Big Hulk. What he does is whenever you end a turn with unspent energy, he gains 2 power. He must be in your hand or in play, but you're probably going to be playing all of your energy up until turn 4, and we'll go over the lines there in a minute. Red Hulk's base is a 6/10, but when your opponent has unspent energy at the end of the turn, he gains 3 power. So because you're relying on your opponent to do this, he does gain a little bit extra power, and is more dependent on your opponent. Thaddeus and Red Hulk, fun fact if you didn't know, Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross turns into the Red Hulk. That's why they kind of have that same feel with your opponent doing things. He can outscale kind of everything and get to a 620 pretty quickly. Then Sunspot, you're going to be soaking up everything. Yes, we're a little all over the board today. But the Sunspot's going to be soaking up that energy. He's not going to get too big, but having him at a 1/5, a 1/6 is very great. And you can just soak up into him if you don't have any other plays and just let him be a big body by himself. For our Wiccan package, we obviously have Wiccan, Magic, as well as Quicksilver. Quicksilver lets us grab that early play. We only have Quicksilver as well as Sunspot, so always having a strong turn 1, making sure that we spend that energy so we can get into our Wiccan is key. So you do really need to have Quicksilver in the deck. I did opt out of Domino, but if you don't have some of these other cards like Bruce Banner, Magic's giving us that extra turn 7, which is how we play all of our Hulks. And then Wiccan is giving us 2 energy. So kind of the ideal line is going to be Sunspot turn 1, Thaddeus turn 2. Hopefully they don't use up all of their energy. Magic on turn 3, Wiccan on turn 4. And then we can play all of our Hulks from there. Very, very consistently, I am able to draw every single Hulk, so I have all the options we need. With playing Wiccan on turn 4 every time, on turn 5, we can actually play a Hulk as well as have that extra energy because we have that +2 energy. So we have 7 energy on turn 5. So we can play the Hulk, soak up that energy. A little bit goes into our Sunspot, a little bit goes into our Cyclops. And then we can also possibly get that Bruce Banner proc if we've got him down instead of Thaddeus. Play another Hulk on turn 6, and then finish off with whatever you need on turn 7. This is also very strong because if people do turn off the limbo lane, you're still putting down Hulks. So you're getting that energy, you're getting that power. You're not doing a full float like you do on a She-Not build. You are still actively playing very large bodies and also knocking them down with the Cyclops and getting that 12 power Bruce Banner into a Hulk. Another great turn 7 is a Shang-Chi She-Hulk. Depending on how all of your energy goes, that final turn with a Shang-Chi She-Hulk is awesome because you're floating energy so much, you can land that on a turn 6 or turn 7 to flip a lane. Now that we have the idea of the deck tech, follow along in the link below so you have the whole deck list. Let's jump into the pilot. All right, jumping in. This is one of my new favorite decks to play. I accidentally messed up twice. This is my third take of this part. But I love this deck. I've been playing it for a week. This is actually a pretty decent start. The Quicksilver into the Thaddeus. So our goal, we're trying to get Quicksilver, Thaddeus, and then hopefully Magic into... Oh, that kind of sucks. We still can play the Hulk. He's still 10 power, but we'll probably switch it off. We do have the Magic now, which is nice. Hopefully they float in energy, which they do, so we get to start drawing our cards. Very happy with that. Into Magic. Let's see what we get here. 10 power monster. I actually think I do want to play into the Kylan. Give ourselves a little bit extra time. Maybe we'll get to float another guy. Pull our last Hulk and then get into Wiccan, which would be great. Gladiator hopefully pulls the Hulk or Wiccan. Pulls Bruce, unfortunate. But it does actually help us clear out, get even closer to that Wiccan. We now have a 1 in 3 chance from drawing all of our cards of getting it on turn 4. Unfortunately, that we don't, but we can get our Cyclops down, float in energy, get the Cyclops rolling, increase our power. So they got our Wiccan probably. We're about to find out. Unfortunate. So we got our Wiccan. They got a Sunspot. So I'm probably just going to Shang now. That way I don't have to do it later. Turn 6, I can play a Hulk. Turn 7, play She-Hulk, and probably be good to go. I see the way. How did... That was turn 5. What? Oh, it's an Arishem deck. I was really confused at how that happened. 21 here. We know exactly how much we need, so I'm just going to play into that. Sunspot, Corvus, that's fine. We do have that 10 power there. 16, so as long as we float 1, we're getting to 22 here. And then I will probably just go strong right. That way we do have that extra power. That is a lot of power. Actually, I almost did the pig for the fun. So even better, we get to float the energy, guarantee that, just kind of outscale the Arishem player, and did what we needed to do. And as long as we do get that turn 7, we can always play Hulk, so a lot of the time we can outpower what they do. With going against a mill deck, A lot of the times, if our Hulks are in our deck, they'll just pull our Hulk for us. I've also found that in She-Not, that they'll grab our Infinite for us. We don't have to play it. Easy peasy. So, love that. The Arishem player just kind of played themselves. And, hey, we won. We outpowered them. So, yeah, I've gotten to play this deck over the course of the week. Like I said, I forgot to actually hit record the first time on my audio. So, I'm doing very well with this deck, despite what my rank says right now. Just kind of gone through a whole lot of iterations, and this is a very fun deck. Sunspot turn 1 is what we'd rather do over the Quicksilver. A Hulk, so unless we get lucky with a 2 and a 3, I don't know if we're going to be able to hit the Wiccan yet. Ooh, that's actually kind of nice. That might help us, actually, if they play into this, so that way we can get closer to some other things. I do kind of like the Hulk on top of that. They've got our Wiccan, so we can't play it anyway. So we get to soak up. We get that power from the Hulk. 2 Raptors. We're okay with that. Bruce. I'm actually going to stick Bruce on the Savage Island. It's pretty protected from a Red Guardian with those other 2 Raptors there. We're probably going to be floating a lot of energy here. I don't want to play High Evo or Shang-Chi, so we're just going to let that soak into our Sunspot, maybe pop the Bruce as well. Turn 5. Oh, we do have the She-Hulk, which is nice, so we'll pop She-Hulk here, kind of let everything soak again, and then last turn, we're going to hit our last Hulk onto Savage Land and be good to go. Actually, going to snap here. I really like what we're doing. It's funny, we already got everything down we needed. We got all the power we need. Unless they do a huge soak and get lucky with Marble Boy, I think we're pretty good here. And then we're going to drop a 20 power Hulk right. So we didn't get the Bruce to proc, unfortunately, but we outscaled them a lot. There's really nothing they can do here. 10 power Sunspot, She-Hulk, Hulks kind of just over-dominate, especially when you're getting that great value. And we really only played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Athena, Kitty Pryde, not enough for a 20 power Hulk. Let's go, 4 cuber.
Victory!
Kind of the real nice thing about this deck is no one's expecting it at all. No one's expecting you to run every single Hulk in a deck. I like the theme of all the energy manipulation. They don't do things, you get power, you forget to do something, or you can't. You kind of maximize everything. You get more power. It's super fun, super different. Sunspot, turn 1, would much rather have that going. All of our banana splits. Mindscape kind of sucks, but we do have a Thaddeus, so we're getting a little lucky here. Maybe they don't play something, we get to start pulling some Hulks. Unfortunate. Oh, we don't get our Wiccan, unfortunately, so we'll just get our Quicksilver right. Let it start getting a little bit extra power from Mir Island. And what you really want to do with this deck is turns 1 through 4, you're setting up. So I don't really want to play Wiccan here, so I'd rather just get a She-Hulk going, get a little bit more power, kind of outscale that Bullseye, and we'll probably play... Hopefully we get a Magic to get rid of that Mindscape. Frigga, double Bullseye. They'll probably get this, but I still want to kind of go through the deck. Yeah, let's do that. They are going to get a, I guess 12 power Hulk. Unfortunate here, but we are floating some energy. Sunspot gets a little bit. We'll see what we can do at the end of that. Unfortunately, they also get our Shang-Chi, which is very unfortunate. But we do get their MODOK. So let's do something a little bit different here. I think I'm going to go with Bruce mid. Yeah, Bruce left, hope for the best. Swarm. And a Scorn. Just in case they try to Shang me, which they do not. Was not prepared for that. I'll just a straight up Hulk here. We'll see if Bruce goes off. Ah, unfortunate. Bruce did not go off. But yeah, they did have the play there. I don't think there was any way to win necessarily, but hey, our Hulk won the game for him. All right, so we do have the Wiccan. Hopefully we got a 2-drop here, which is nice. This is actually the 2-drop we want with the Thaddeus, so we can kind of thin out our deck and get the rest of the things we need. Looks like they may also be playing some Wiccan stuff. So we're probably not going to get too much value off of Thaddeus here. And if we do get magic, that is an auto snap condition with the Wiccan in our hand as well. So they're probably got the Psylocke and the Wiccan. We get a 3-drop. Fantastic. So we did double that up, which is nice. Unfortunately, we don't have the magic, but we can still get our Wiccan down. I like to get the Cyclops down now. That way, when we start floating that energy... Oh, Doom. So we can probably outscale Doom 2099 here. We definitely want a Wiccan now. And I will get the magic just to get a couple more procs off on that Cyclops, so we're kind of beating down those Doom bots more. And give us a little bit more time to get the rest of our Hulks. Which we are going to get to draw. Hopefully we get a Red Hulk. Not unfortunate. So now we know exactly how much we're going to need to do into middle, which is great for us. I do want that extra turn, and then we'll also pop Bruce. Since we do have that extra bit of energy, we can possibly get him to proc as well. So we do actually still get to play a Hulk even after our Wiccan, and giving us those extra turns so that we can play either Hulk or Red Hulk turn 6 and 7. And they're electroing. What are they doing? I'm so confused. So I guess that they're trying to ramp out, do a little bit of what we're trying to do here. Thaddeus does draw us our last Hulk, and because of the combo there, we're also going to get that +3 power for our Red Hulk. And our Red Hulk's probably going to be huge. They also have a Red Hulk. But ours is bigger. So there we go. So we have that double power. I think I'm just going to protect our Red Hulk here. They probably don't want to Shang-Chi, so I'm probably safe. So we'll go Red Hulk right and get a little bit more of a beat down here on the Cyclops, and we'll see where our last turn lies. We are making the Red Hulk bigger, unfortunately. Magneto grabs magic, which is fine. We've got power right, so our best bet's really just to drop a regular Hulk mid. So now they do have to play kind of both of these sides here. I've got a lot of options here. So I don't think I want... Oh, man. If I do, I might actually go She-Hulk into... Sunspot. That way we are kind of guaranteeing this middle lane, dropping it down, and then also possibly winning over here. That is +4 power. Ooh, this is rough. I know I went here, so we'll just kind of take the 50-50 either way. This Hulk is 16, however. So do I just know that I lose here? Possibly, we're probably going to lose here, so I do need to play for left and right. Yeah, because that's +3 on the Doombot when that goes down, so that's 16. and then minus. So yeah, we're good. We're good mid. Could go either way. Oh, they Shang
must be controlled.
Was not expecting that. Strange that they would Shang and not play their Red Hulk. That was a lot more power with the Red Hulk. But we did outpower them. We had options on that last turn. We got the She-Hulk down. Sunspot helped out a little bit, but having them float that energy really helped us getting our Red Hulk over to that 19 power. And really, that's kind of how to pilot the deck. You want to set up with your Wiccan on turns 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ideally, you would have that Sunspot into Thaddeus. Hopefully they float something with that Thaddeus, start drawing your Hulks. Magic on 3, Wiccan on 4, Hulk on 5, 6, and 7. And the rest is win. We actually just went, I think it was 4-0 doing all the pilots. 5, including the one I forgot to record. That's kind of habit of this deck. I'm so excited to play it. I hope you guys are just as excited to play this deck as I was building it. So overall, this is one of my favorite decks. It's a very off-meta sleeper deck. It's fun. It's thematic. It's really what I think Marvel Snap wanted kind of originally to build into, kind of having that dream, hey, this is my all Hulks deck, which I really like. And now that we're getting all these cards, these synergizing cards, we can start building kind of these fun tribal theme decks. And as we get more cards, we can do it more often. That's actually why I love Commander Magic the Gathering, to have these fun theme decks. It's very strong. Let me know how it works for you, or what your favorite deck is that's very off the meta and really just your own. We do stream every Tuesday, so make sure you're there, show off your deck, play against me, possibly get your deck teched onto YouTube as well. If you enjoy these deck techs, make sure you snap those subscribe and like buttons. Happy snapping. We'll see you in the next one.